I'm Josh.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Nemo. And we just nerd here.
Hello and welcome to We Just Nerd Here, Episode 1. They didn't have those when we were kids. I'm Josh.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Nemo.
And today we all took a trip to Toys R Us, which will probably be the last time any of us gets to go there.
My first and my last.
It wasn't your first time.
It was probably my second.
Yeah, I took you there a couple months ago.
Okay, it was my third time.
Yeah.
I'm probably sure there was at least one time in my childhood.
I took you to the one down south after we did the Void Ghostbusters VR experience.
It was my fourth time.
Okay, then.
My fourth time.
You are very unreliable.
Fourth time.
And last time.
And last time.
My favorite place, but that's not a popular opinion with Josh. So.
They have everything a child could ever want.
But it's creepy.
How is it creepy?
It's creepy.
The high ceilings, the fluorescent lights, the sterile floor that isn't really sterile. It just, I don't know. I wouldn't want to lick the floor in Toys R Us.
It's either, it was weird that there were so many people there today, because when I go in, usually it's, empty.
And that's why they're going out of business.
To me, it's like how I was waiting in the parking lot for you to be there and, do our thing. I feel like that's the weird part about it. There's a lot of adults and not children going to that store.
You mean the three of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's sad. It's sad. This week they filed for bankruptcy, and I don't know. For me, Toys R Us really, it's one of the reasons why I am the colossal nerd I am today. So it means a lot in a lot of ways. So I'm really sad to see him go. Like we said in our intro episode, I got to take a really embarrassing picture with Jeffrey, and I almost cried. So that's why it's kind of embarrassing. I hugged that suit, and I didn't want to let go. And I wanted that suit, too, because it had a little air conditioner in it.
It's amazing. Technology.
Have you ever been in one of those suits? They're hot.
No.
How many
and I don't
suits
think...
have you been in?
Yeah.
Just 2.
And they didn't have AC in them?
No.
More than the average person.
When?
When I worked at the zoo, I was an elephant one day. And then the Santa Claus suit is not light.
But you can breathe, though, through that.
Yeah, but...
You're not, your face isn't covered. You're not, in a physical...
Well, and my Iron Man costume is really, stifling. You put the helmet on and you just... It's claustrophobic.
I was not aware that you had an Iron Man costume.
It's a Lego
Iron Man costume.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's a Lego minifigure costume that is painted like Iron Man.
He got so many little pieces, connected every single one, super glued it, and made a costume.
Yeah, no, that's impossible.
It's not impossible.
It's not possible.
It's possible.
Your sister is a master builder.
Well, I know that, but I mean, you wouldn't be able to move.
No. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can just add, little joints and rivets. And
there are so many ball joints and Legos nowadays. You can do,
I'm just saying, that's a lot of small pieces.
Very, very uncomfortable.
The point is, I've been in a couple of suits, okay? It's not a big deal. They're hot and uncomfortable. I don't like to be sticky. And when I was the elephant, it was so sweaty.
Nobody likes to
Where were where did the person that was in that suit look through?
Who, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Because the star in his chest.
Yeah.
There was I don't notice a star.
Yeah, one of the spots on the giraffe.
Yeah, I didn't notice it.
You're supposed to think it's really a giant cartoony giraffe walking around.
It is.
I did believe that.
Just like at Disneyland.
I'm disappointed
with Mickey
that you
Mouse.
didn't slip him your number, though, because I think it was a hot girl in there.
Who knows?
You should have given her your number.
She did that thing.
Nemo is single as of this recording. So any of you ladies who like the cut of his jib.
What do you want me to say something here?
I don't know. I just used the term cut of your jib. 90?
I told you I don't like being put on the spot.
I'm telling you, have a drink, and this whole recording process will go a lot smoother.
I'll have a couple of drinks.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
I don't do things with single pairs. In singles. I always do them in pairs.
That's really weird to
What?
say right after we talk about how you're single.
Oh.
You're right. That is weird.
Yeah.
I can't correct this.
Nope, we're just gonna keep going. I'm not cutting this out. Now, Nemo was referencing the fact that whenever he buys something really expensive, he always buys 2 of them.
I don't
and
know
then maybe
why.
he loses one.
Or he...
I found it. I did find it.
Oh, so
Did
for
you?
like 2 months, Nemo thought that his mom had shipped one of his Lego Taj Mahals to India to share with all the little boys and girls there, and he was really upset that that she would just get rid of it like that. So I'm glad to hear that she found it.
Right above our laundry thing. You have your laundry and your dryer, and then the little shelves that you have.
And
It was
you just
right above it.
forgot
I still
that
don't...
It was there.
I never knew it was there because there was like a lot of boxes there, and I never take anything out of the box either. Just leave it in there. I don't know why.
Do you open the box to make sure you got what you received?
Real
Yeah,
joy.
sometimes there are boxes that I have never opened that I'm just believing that
So
they're
if
in
you
there.
want a Lego Taj Mahal,
Just ask Nemo's mom and she'll say, "Get this out of my house."
and you can refill it with packing peanuts, and Nemo will never know the difference.
I have a feeling I'm just going to put it in storage and I'm going to leave it there after you guys did what you did. And one day I'm going to open it and I was like, what the fuck? And I won't be able to reach you guys or something. And it's gone.
You won't find out though, because you'll forget that it's in storage, and then they'll auction off all your stuff.
That's true too. That's a possibility.
I will always know where your storage unit is.
Oh,
Like, I can barely afford the one of a thing that I buy for myself, and you're out there buying 2 of a thing.
I didn't get 2 of the ships in the bottle
Yet.
yet. That's true. I had to get.
All right. So,
That's right.
if you can't tell, I absolutely love Legos, and I've started to rub off on Nemo, so he is slowly but surely amassing a collection.
Not building them, just having them.
He likes to look at brown cardboard boxes.
I love the artwork on the boxes. I don't know why. I just like them the way they are.
On the brown cardboard box?
No, on the Lego box.
But you don't open the box.
Before. I'm obviously saying this before.
Oh, when you see it online?
Yeah, and
then
I'm
you
like,
order
that's a
it?
nice picture.
Do you own a printer?
Or a computer
No.
screen.
Yes.
I could probably have saved you like $3,000,
You probably could have, Josh.
but we wouldn't have had as much fun with that. So, like I said, the topic of today's episode is I wish we had those when we were kids. And so each of us went around the toy store and picked out a couple toys that we found on the shelves that just, our 8-year-old selves would have killed for. So, without further ado, with pick number 1, here's Lisa.
Okay, so the very first thing that I would have really, really wanted is the toy sewing machine. Cause I'm a crafter. I'm a big nerd. I sew, I knit, I crochet, I spin yarn. I do a lot of weird things. I bind books.
Didn't you just buy a bunch of pleather at...
I
That
bought
one
a bunch of
store?
pleather at
Fake
Habitat
leather.
for Humanity.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't
store.
know.
She's gonna make,
Thank you,
she's
Nemo.
gonna make us pleather pants.
No.
Does it say our podcast name on the back?
What?
Bedazzled.
I want mine to say "We Just Nerd Here" and then plump or juicy right across
Oh
the
my
rear.
goodness.
If he gets that, I want to pick my own too. I don't know what it would be yet.
I
But-
don't know how to do that. I'm.
Explain what this toy sewing machine is.
It's basically a small sewing machine. It does 3 stitches, which you can buy real sewing machines that only do that. But
Wait,
it's
this is a kid's
small.
sewing machine that does
Yeah.
3 stitches?
Yeah.
I don't
understand what that means.
stitches
Probably-
is.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I mean, okay, so there's the running stitch that's just up and down,
Okay, like the...
and
yeah,
then
you
there's
got to, yes.
the zigzag that goes back and forth.
Okay.
And then I don't know what the third one would be. I didn't look closely at the box. But
Is it
I mean,
because it's payday and you probably would have bought yourself a tiny sewing machine?
I mean, I have a real sewing machine, but I still think the little one's cool. Because it works. It sews things.
I have a real oven and I still want an easy bake oven for the car.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. I don't want either one of those things.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you want one in the car?
Why would you put it in your... Wait, you want an easy bake oven in the back of your trunk or something?
No, like I want it in the passenger seat when I'm driving to work.
So you can just...
So Heather sits in the...
Yeah, so like Heather can sit in the back.
Don't have those in India.
Do they have normal ovens or just tandoori ovens?
You know what? That would be awesome though if they actually made like a little one for like Indian kids.
An easy bake tandoori oven.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that would actually be awesome.
Yeah.
Why aren't we making this? Let's go buy tiny bricks and we'll make a little tandoor.
Maybe I've never like noticed any of these things because like I grew up in a village, right? And you have the major cities around there, but you don't like have like the big cities like
we
Delhi
establish
and...
for the listener how long you lived in India?
When I was 2 years. When I was 2, we moved to California, and then
so
from
you grew up in a
I'm just saying, like I haven't like every time we visited, I've never seen it. I've never seen a toy store like Toys R Us. I've never seen commercials for toys. Like it's just like those little like tops that you get. The
spinning tops.
A yadel. Oh, nope.
A dreidel?
A dreidel. That's what it is.
Those are just the Jewish ones, though.
Yeah, but you would find like other dreidels and stuff like that in India.
What about normal spinning tops?
Probably. I don't. Look,
do they just have like Hebrew symbols on them in India, or
they probably have it? No, they're not actual dreidel. They're just spinning tops. But that's the word I was.
Okay, enough about dreidels.
Fair enough.
They're great toys, Josh and Lisa. Classics.
I just want the little chocolate coin.
What? You get a chocolate coin?
He never had those classes.
You never... Well,
Did you never have...
Never played with a dreidel?
I know.
Like a real one?
I know what a dreidel is, and I've like spun one, but what do you mean chocolate? You get a chocolate if you win?
Gelt.
What?
You've seen chocolate coins, right?
Yeah. Like the ones that you get like at the dollar store or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you mean that you get a chocolate coin?
Well, dreidels a game, and when you win, you get...
How do you win? It's just spinning...
There are symbols and skill. I'm guessing there's skill. I'm guessing like somewhere in a back alley there is like a hustler that just plays with dreidels.
That is awesome.
I had lessons in elementary school, and I don't remember any of them, and I'm sorry.
But what do they... So you spin it, it goes to a side, and you get like a point or something against the other person, and whoever gets the most points, let's just say they're based on points, gets a chocolate coin.
Yes, let's go with that.
Let's just pretend that we know the rules to this game.
If any of our listeners know how to play a dreidel or how it works, drop us a line and let us know. But okay, so can you do anything else with one of these tiny sewing machines?
I don't really know.
Is it just for looking at, really?
No, it sews things.
Like, yeah, you have a real sewing machine. Like,
yeah.
Is there anything that the little one can do that the big one can't do?
I imagine it's more portable because the big ones are heavy.
So, like, you could be on a train?
Probably, because you can plug things in on the train.
Well, I assume if it's tiny, it runs off of, like, what, 3 AA's?
Wait.
You might still need to plug it in.
Okay, I know that we talked about today that only the first car has AC and the rest of the car is open air with livestock. But in other places, trains are very fancy. They go really fast. They have outlets. And
yeah, I used to ride a train up and down from college.
Me too. It's called the UTA, right?
Yeah, mine was an Amtrak.
There were no plugs in that one.
Coastal.
I would take a train from Rome to Pisa for the weekend sometimes.
Oh, Mr. Fancy.
Okay, well.
Hey, that's the train I rode.
We had AC, heating, and homeless people.
All in the first car?
In all the cars.
You just told me today that you didn't
That's in
have
India.
AC.
Not, I'm talking about here.
Oh, you're talking about on tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
In India, it's
There are a lot of homeless people here.
the fancy ones, the not so fancy ones, and whoever you can fit inside.
Right.
Yeah. And then you have the exceptional ones that just sit on top of the train.
Like
The
in
crazy
Polar
people?
Express? Do they dance a jig and sing a song?
It's India, man. They
A Bollywood musical. Yeah.
probably sing. But yeah, they sit on top of the train. I actually would do that if I could. It's not.
It sounds terrifying.
It is terrifying, but I feel like seeing the whole countryside, though, like to see all of India,
Okay, that
and you're
sounds
going from
amazing.
one end to the other, like that would be the best view to see it. Unless it's like super fucking hot, then no. Dude, that thing burns. Then I'm gonna use my little dollar bill there and sit in the front car.
Okay. Well, Nemo, did you find anything at the toy store today that you know, when you were a kid, besides your plastic bag, did you find anything that you would have wanted that just didn't exist, or maybe you didn't know about that's been around for a while?
Okay, there was one thing that stood out to me the most. When we went near the Power Rangers, that was one of the main toys that I played with. Whereas with Power Rangers, I played with the old ones, then I played with the Time Force Rangers, the Dino Rangers. You had all of them, but there was this giant Megazord. I didn't get to see it, like how big it was,
Out
but
of
the
the
box,
package.
but in the box itself, at least when I was a kid, you never saw them like that big. You only saw the small ones that you'd put together, or the ones that would just turn into it. You know, like
Is the Megazord when they all join together? 'Cause-
Mhm.
Yeah, so like they've got their different Zords, and then they form one giant robot.
yeah, one's the hands.
No, I mean, I
Like
remember
Voltron.
the
Yeah.
show. I just don't actually remember any of the details except
No.
for the screaming Asian lady. I guess I didn't have nephews, so
I was like that. And then I met Josh, and now I just have a basement full of toys in their boxes.
See, I open my stuff and I play with it.
yeah,
No.
you could do that.
What happens if they're going to be my friends and they turn out to be little bastards too?
Well, then it's what you deserve.
I guess if it's all of them, then it's not their fault. Then it's kind of my fault, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll go with that. You're an awful person, and your toys are gonna hate you.
Like
I just feel like you need to love yourself more, because if you loved yourself, then your imaginary friends would love you too.
they're all gone. I can't bring them back.
I think you can. Let's go to the DI, which, for those who aren't from Utah, the DI is basically like our version of a Goodwill or a Salvation Army store. It's fun. It's not really fun. It's awful. I
No.
feel so weird going in there sometimes.
I love the DI,
It's
I
so
don't mind the DI.
clean.
and
it's
yet
so
you have to sanitize your
organized.
hands.
It's not
you really
organized.
have to
It's
do
or
that.
clean.
It is clean and organized.
No, they throw everything based on like.
No. Okay, but have you been to a Salvation Army or a Goodwill?
I've been only to a DI. I've never been to a Salvation
Yeah,
Army. Or
yeah,
Okay, so
No,
they
it's
just started
way cleaner.
opening up Goodwill stores here in the Salt Lake Valley. For those of you, we are in Utah, so feel bad for us. Send help. No, they just opened a few Goodwills a couple years ago. And there's even, I don't know what it is, but there's a Goodwill outlet.
What?
Like the
there's
website that I showed you, or
No, like there's an actual store here in Salt Lake that is a
Oh.
Goodwill outlet. And an outlet's usually the stuff that you can't sell at the normal store. So I want to know what's not selling at a Goodwill that's going to end up in the outlet.
I want to go there now.
I'm just imagining, because you go to a Goodwill, they don't sell underwear. Like, if you can't donate your underwear to Goodwill, at the outlet you can.
No.
It's just the skeeviest, nastiest place there is.
But this is so intriguing.
So what, we should grab some gloves and face masks and go explore the deep
Yes.
of the Goodwill outlet?
Well, we might even find an actual treasure.
So maybe on a future episode.
Josh and Nemo get hepatitis.
Can't. I got all my shots.
Oh yeah, when we picked you up from the pound, they made us inoculate.
All of them.
All of them.
Even the HPV vaccine.
I'm good. I am
Yep.
clean.
And still single, ladies.
But if you're Indian, he may have a dowry for you.
He doesn't have a dowry.
I got cows.
In India.
I can bring them here.
No, you
How
can't.
many cows do you have? Do you know how many you have?
Probably like 3. That's a lot.
It's a lot of cows.
3 cows is a lot of cows.
It's not even a herd. It's like a gaggle of cows.
Well, then I got a gaggle of cows. Who wouldn't want a gaggle of cows?
Most people.
Mm,
You've
I
seen
don't
my
know.
yard. It's pretty small. I could not fit a gaggle of cows back there. So for my current living circumstances, yes, 3 cows is a lot of cows. But in the
think it's
grand
3.
scheme of things, that's only like 3 weekend barbecues.
Oh my goodness.
You can't kill my gaggle of cows.
Expensive barbecues.
That's
You've
my dowry
seen-
right there, Josh.
I'm eating your dowry.
Well, all right.
And I'm
Ladies,
gonna- and I'm gonna
there's
sit
no
there.
dowry.
With your Megatron or your Megazord friend, and him and I are gonna eat some brisket.
You bastards.
What I found at Toys R Us Day, one of the things was also a giant robot, and this is the Imaginext Batman. That it's like 2 feet tall, big blue robot, and when you like twist a button on it, it starts lifting its arms and punching things and firing rockets and talking and like
It'll change your voice.
it'll change
Yeah.
your voice. I mean, Nemo does that just by talking, and it cracks, and it's kind of adorable.
I am that toy.
Can I ride you?
Okay.
Okay.
I want piggyback rides while you change my voice.
Can you ride that
Punch
toy?
In
It
my
can fly.
imagination, I can. Yeah, it's got wings.
It expands up to 3 feet long.
See? You remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
at 3 feet.
wingspan's 3 feet.
Oh, wow.
It can fly. Those are real rockets that it fires.
If you attach like 15 quadcopters to it, maybe it would lift off the ground a little bit. Just the tiny ones you can buy on like aisle
And you can
5.
play like Pacific Rim. You know, like how the little quadcopters drop it down, and then, oh my gosh, your little Batman robot, my Megazord, will look at little quadcopters,
Oh
drop
my
them down
goodness.
into like a little kiddie pool.
And then are they going to
That's
fight
so
each other
genius.
or be friends?
They're obviously gonna fight each other.
Okay, well, yours can't fight. It's just going to get knocked over by...
We'll see. We'll see.
Look, I looked at the box of your Megazord, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't do anything on its own. It just sits there and looks awesome because it's a Megazord.
The weight, you won't be able to knock it down, and then your thing will just get tired and just fall on its own.
I noticed that the display one at Toys R Us, when they put them out last year, it used to like punch the plastic, and it would make these really cool thumping sounds, and now it's just kind of like... It's running out of steam.
I'm gonna worry out. Yeah, that's how I win.
All right, I can
Okay.
see Nemo's Megazord will beat my giant Batman robot.
And then we'll find one for Lisa,
But then-
it's like an alien.
My little Batman will jump out of the robot and totally own your Megazord.
Can't.
Or
There's
will
no
you
way.
have an existential crisis and be like, who's the good guy here? Who's the bad guy?
Who,
That's
Nemo?
you, Lisa.
Nemo would
You're
have
doing
that.
the commentary here
Yeah.
on.
You're the one who has the existential crises.
No, Megazord is obviously the best guy.
I just meant
Batman
Bruce
can be
Wayne.
evil. Batman can be evil.
Yeah,
He's
Batman can be good and evil. He has
Yeah.
existential crises.
Does he?
yes.
He does.
He does not have infinite crises.
He has
I think
so
he
many problems.
Yeah,
So many.
that guy's messed up.
Mine's just a Megazord. You can trust the Rangers.
Can you?
There's 5 of them.
They're
Rita was a
teenagers.
Yeah, she was.
With attitude.
But she's not. All right, you can. There's always an odd number, so they always have to vote for it. It's a democracy, no matter what decision it is. So either way, that's fair.
I'm
Fat-
pretty sure that like the red, green, or white ranger just tells them what to do.
No.
But okay.
No, but it's only Batman. Well, you can't even form the Megazord without the other ones. Like you need their support. So if they don't agree with you, it's done. So,
I
but
feel
with
like-
Batman, all he
Dunzo.
all he has is himself. So there's nobody controlling him. There's nobody telling him.
I feel like in a fight
for
between
Alfred doesn't have a real voice, even though he's kind of like his dad.
you saw the Lego Batman movie. He changed the passwords.
Yeah.
Snake clowns. That's all I remember, Josh. Snake clowns.
And now you're afraid of snake clowns. It's okay. Where were we? What were we talking about?
Toys that we wanted?
Well, yeah, but... Oh, no, we were talking about the big blue Batman robot.
Oh, yeah.
No, like, when I was a kid, like... Yeah, I had, like... I had one of the Megazords. I think I had the Ninjetti Megazord.
Is that didn't they have, like, a separate Power Rangers thing that they branched off of Power Rangers, but it wasn't Power Rangers? Because I think that's what the one you were just talking about. The Ninjetti, whatever, the Ninja...
Well, they had, like, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with the dinosaurs, but then they had, like, the Dragon Zord and the Unicorn and the Griffin,
Okay.
And those, and I had that one, because I remember I had the Red Dragon Zord, and then the Ninjetti ones are from the movie.
No, because, like, the Megazord that I had when I was a kid, I don't even think it was actual Power Rangers, I think it was, like, one of those shows that are like Power Rangers, but couldn't take the rights to the name. We have the...
So, like...
Voltron?
Whoa, Voltron's on its own.
I had a Voltron.
Did the Beetleborgs have some sort of Zord?
They were 3 Beetles, and there were only 3 Rangers. But I don't know if that was actually part of Power Rangers or not.
No, it was Big Bad Beetleborgs.
I remember that existed.
Bad Beetleborgs. It was also by Saban.
Okay, then.
And they... Oh my god, they had Flabber, the ghost, who looked like Jay Leno. No, look it up. He looked just like Jay Leno.
I believe you.
Like, if Jay Leno slept with Elvis and they had a love child who was a ghost, that was Flabber.
Wow.
That doesn't sound okay.
Double B.
I got that.
Yeah.
Holy okay, yeah. That's him.
That is the love
That's
child
Slimer and Jay Leno.
Slimer? So Slimer, Jay Leno, and Elvis had a baby, and it's Flabber.
That's him.
Yeah, that was my pick. My first pick for Toys R Us was Big Blue Batman. Oh, did you guys find anything else that you liked today?
There's just one more thing, and it was near the electronics. The giant Power Ranger sword.
So. For our trip today, all you found was Power Rangers toys.
Dude, that giant sword.
You want that $150 Red Ranger Legacy sword.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's left at Toys R Us besides Legos that I want to go back if they do a clearance sale and, try and get for half off.
It's a giant sword.
It is a giant sword.
Who wouldn't buy
That's
this?
true.
And the actual helmet.
I don't think
Lisa
Lisa
would
buy it.
I mean, I did think it was cool, though. I can see why you would want it.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Feel like a trophy.
I wanted, like, all of the American Girl stuff. I mean, I had American Girl stuff when I was a kid, but they are always coming out with new, cute, tiny things. And I'm Japanese. I like tiny things. That's just... It's part of my nature. I can't help it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, stop it. Now.
I'm just happy we both thought it. We both looked at each other and were like, she just said that. And
okay.
I am going to sit here silently and remember that some point in the last few years I developed a filter and I'm going to use it now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to remember that I'm talking to guys.
You're talking to, like, guys with the mentality of an 8-year-old,
yeah.
So you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, welcome to the jungle.
Yeah.
I was talking about, like, toys.
Oh, I know. When you had us looking at the American Girl stuff, that tiny set of Uno cards.
Oh my goodness, I wanted it so much.
It was $40.
I just want the toy. I just want the cards. Okay. Why can't I just get the cards?
You could, like, make your own Uno cards.
No, it's not the same.
Do you want me to make you some Uno cards?
You wouldn't be able to make it with the right shape.
Licensed.
Yeah. That's Uno. Yours wouldn't look like the same shape. and size and color and
I've
numbers.
had lots of tiny playing cards in my life, but never a tiny Uno set.
So you're going to go back and spend, what, $40 on the sleepover set.
I mean,
Don't throw away all the rest of the...
just Uno cards.
Like you
Right,
just...
it's not just Uno cards. What was it? It was like a...
You get a little case to put it in, too.
Yes, okay, with the Uno cards, you get a tiny plastic case that says Uno to put the tiny Uno
There's
cards
nothing else in that package that mattered.
I agree. Like, there was nothing there that I wanted, but Lisa obviously wants to have a little sleepover with tiny Uno cards.
I do, with my Molly doll.
Molly.
That was the name of her.
Oh,
doll.
that was
the name of my American Girl.
Do they all have their own names, or do you give them the name?
No. See, that's the thing, is that there used to be, there was like
Kit.
5 different, there was Molly, there was Felicity, there was Samantha,
So
there
like
was
that.
Kirsten, and they all had their own sets of books. But then, when I was like a teenager, they introduced these new ones that you could like design yourself to look like you or to look like however you wanted.
Like Bob's Burgers, right?
Yeah,
The episode
I was
where
about to say. Where
Oh, yeah.
Louise gets her own doll, or like she saves a little spy doll
Yeah,
or
no.
whatever.
Those stores are real, and I desperately want to go to one.
Did you
You
go
can-
to the one that was here a couple
I
years ago?
didn't.
It was a lot of fun. Like, you know, my daughter was, I think, a year and a half old, and I'm in here, broke, at Christmas, contemplating buying my 1-year-old $100 doll.
They are such
Okay.
good quality.
But okay, so these dolls, they have like little stations where you can wash their hair, paint their
Yeah.
nails, and then there's an
Uh-huh.
actual hairstylist that
That's
actually does their hair and a design
Yes.
and everything.
Yes.
And you have to pay them
well, I mean,
like they were doing an
Yeah,
actual
And
hairstyle.
then don't forget, you have to tip, too.
but if it's a doll that you've been playing with, its hair is going to be messed up, and they can fix it.
What is that
so
hair
that
made
it's,
out
like,
of anyway?
nice. Plastic.
That's
It's made of plastic.
Yeah, like,
like, you know, like I'm just assuming because of the price and what doll it is, it's like horsehair or something.
No.
Like,
What?
I don't know.
I feel like putting the hair from Locks of Love on a doll would be a pretty good use of the hair.
Oh,
I don't even know what
gosh.
Locks of Love is.
So eventually, when our beards grow out to a certain
Oh,
length,
that thing.
yeah,
Oh,
we
you can
shave
donate your
them
hair.
off and donate it to people who can't
Yeah.
grow beards.
I tried to donate my hair once. It was only
Would they actually accept
Too
beard
short.
hair? That sounds really
No, because it's
sketchy.
coarse and curly and looks like
Yeah.
pubes.
But if
Yeah,
you
that
can
sounds
like
terrible.
iron it and like make it look awesome.
Oh, when Heather straightens my beard out, it is so fun because
I-
it just sways.
Yeah, like I did my hair once, and it's just
Oh my
it
gosh.
goes back
you
and
guys.
forth. No, it's awesome.
This is making me want a pedicure.
So I wanted all the American Girl stuff, and I wanted the fairy garden stuff because that's a thing where you make parts of your garden look like fairies are living there, and now they like just sell stuff.
And we could add like little solar like panels onto its like a little turban where you can't see, and then it can do stuff too. Like play like an Indian song or like an American song.
Can you sing an Indian song for us?
Right
I
now.
can't sing one right now. No,
Make up a Bollywood song?
no, don't put me on the spot.
Why not?
I can't do that.
Fine.
I
We
can't.
expect at some point you to
Just
do
sing.
a dance and sing a song.
I just want to know if the first time you saw a musical here, did you think, "Hey, they have Bollywood too"?
No, they were all white, so it's not possible.
Oh man. Okay. So now that we've offended, 1 billion people,
Look, it's like
let's airdrop a bunch of like creepy zombie gnomes into the fields in India, or like in the village you came from, and freak out your aunts and uncles.
That sounds dangerous.
And it sounds like fun. We'll just tie tiny little parachutes onto them.
Oh,
and
okay.
They'll float down into the fields.
I'm almost positive they're trying to imagine if I lived there and I had no idea what a gnome was, and it was falling from the sky on a little parachute.
You'd try to kill it.
I don't know. I'd be like, I think I'm more curious. Or like, let's see what this is. Let's kick it.
Okay.
Kick it.
Well, obviously you're not gonna like pick it up. You can like poke it first and see what it is.
Yeah,
if you don't know what it.
I would get a stick and be like,
Then if it doesn't do anything, then you get a little close, and then you like give it like a little tap.
then you can kick it, but I'm not going to kick it first. What if it explodes or eats my foot?
Oh, good
That's
point.
true.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, like, you guys can't tell from looking at something if it's alive.
You don't know what it is.
But
Yeah.
I didn't think about the blowing up.
Okay, but like
possibility.
if a tiny gnome, you've never seen a gnome before, and all of a sudden there's a gnome in your field, like you're not gonna know how it got there.
What is this tiny white man doing? Okay,
She's got it right, yeah.
No,
Well, in India, they don't have pointy hats either; they're all rounded.
Yeah.
it's true.
So
They're going to be like, this is a weapon.
yeah, they would be totally-
What things have sharp ends? Weapons.
You make valid points. I don't say that enough.
Will you ever though?
I just did.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so it's even recorded. I promise I won't cut it out. I'm probably gonna cut it out.
He's definitely going to cut it out.
He's definitely gonna cut it out. Yeah.
I don't know. This editing of the music is, and the words, the mouth words, is kind of hard. Again, this is the second episode, and we still don't know what we're doing. So
We'll figure it out eventually.
yeah, you're along for the
Probably.
ride. Thank you, our guinea pig friends. Guinea pig sounds delicious. I just
No.
want to eat random animals.
I mean, they do eat guinea pigs in South
Peru,
America.
I wouldn't mind eating anything as long as you can still have it there, like not on the endangered list, like it's relatively available. I feel like it's fair.
I was just really excited that they took bald eagles off of the endangered species list. That's all I'm saying.
You're still not going to be able to eat it.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Because it's
Illegal?
our nation's bird.
I just,
It's illegal to kill them.
if we had just had our way in the beginning and had the turkey as our national bird, we could have eaten bald eagles every Thanksgiving.
But that wouldn't be the same. It's skinnier and it doesn't have enough
Ben's
meat.
idea. Nobody wanted to listen to Ben.
He had like one good idea, right? Electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had a few good ideas.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bifocals, library.
I like
His
the
philosophy
idea of
is-
sending Nemo outside in the thunderstorm with a kite.
It's not going to happen.
It might.
It won't hit me. No lightning will hit me. It's not possible.
And on a future episode,
Okay.
Nemo gets electric shock therapy. The other thing at Toys R Us that I found today, that when I was a kid, like about 10 years old, I would have killed for. And it's something, that it's been around for almost 20 years now. But that is Star Wars Legos.
Mm.
Okay, yeah.
I remember when the first time I saw Star Wars, I must have been like 8 or 9 years old. Kind of old to be seeing it for the first time, but
Yeah.
I grew up with one TV station, so that was in English. Growing up on a military base overseas can be limiting. It has its advantages and disadvantages. But the first time I saw Star Wars was just before Kenner re-released all of the figures in '95.
Yeah.
So it was a really big deal to, have just seen this movie and then for there to be toys. Like, I don't think I would be as big of a Star Wars fan now if I hadn't seen the movies when I did, and then all of a sudden the toys are on the shelf. Like when we went and got the Lego Millennium Falcon tow guy. What?
I just toe guy.
Tow guy.
That's what he is.
Very interesting, and it was an experience. But we got a really fun story out of it. It was a fun night, and
That was the first time I ever waited in line for anything. Like even the third Star Wars movie. It was my buddy from back then, Braxton. His family is the one that bought the tickets, and they invited me along to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my thing, and that's when I first saw. I was like, we have to wait outside. Why didn't we just come later? when they were gonna start the movie.
So you've always been this way.
I don't understand. You just walk in, and
Right?
you sit.
We have the ticket. Or did we come early?
Does this ticket not guarantee me entrance?
Why did I say yes to this?
What am I gonna have to do? Like, what is the real price of this ticket? Am I gonna have to trip that grandma over there? Nemo would trip the
Nemo
grandma.
would definitely do that.
I don't think young Nemo, you know what? I think I was like an
feel
evil
like
little
those are the
shit
turning
when I was a
points.
kid, and then slowly over time, I've become less and less of an evil little shit.
And with that, I think we've come to the end of our episode. Unless, Nemo, Lisa, anything else you want to add from our last trip to Toys R Us?
Nope, and goodbye, Jeffrey.
I was happy to see Jeffrey.
It was kind of fun. I never got to do one of the old
before.
Toys R Us meet and greets in the 80s, where they used to have, like, the characters come out, like Hello Kitty and Darth Vader and Garfield, and would come out and interact with the kids. I never got to do that.
I don't.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Nope.
You went to Toys R Us for the first time last year, so I understand. But yeah, it was fun to see Jeffrey. The shelves were kind of empty. They haven't even started their going out of business sale yet, so...
But like you said, they might not.
Yeah, I mean, there's that rumor that they're just going to close, and that would be sad. No chance to get that sword at 50% off. But, you know, it's the end of an era. It's the end of our childhood. Well, my childhood. I spent a lot of time there. Even when we lived in Japan, I spent a lot of time at Toys R Us.
Yeah, my childhood was filled with books.
My backyard.
And that plastic bag.
And a trampoline. And a stick.
Trampolines are cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like this is a good place to end the episode.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and be sure to check us out on iTunes and Google Play Music. You can also find us on Twitter at We Just Nerd Here. And then we have a Facebook page. Lisa, we just search for...
We just Nerd Here.
And then...
You can like us.
Like us, leave a message, comment, tell us how wonderful we are at this. We're not wonderful. They're not going to say that.
Yeah.
But if
Tell us anyway.
Tell us anyway. Nemo needs a win.
Just one.
And
single, remember.
He's single, ladies, and he likes things in pairs.
Wink.
It's so convincing. All right, and you can find my personal Twitter at JoshuaTracy85.
And I'm at Lisa Asanuma.
And Nemo
you talk
has
to those
all of
two.
this fun technology and doesn't know how to use it. So, you know, you
Maybe
can,
he'll
if
have
you
a
have
Twitter
something to
someday.
say to Nemo, you can say it through our at We Just Nerd Here account or to Lisa or I. And we'll be sure he gets the message. So
Thank
until
you.
next time, I'm Josh.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Nemo.
And We Just Nerd Here.
We just
And
nerd
you
here.
do too.
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
We'll get better at